Hi, my name's Jonathan. I want to thank you for checking out my stream today. Today is day 194 of my challenge to get my health and wellness under control. And a little bit about that challenge, if this is your first time checking out the stream, is that, I've always been overweight and I've had multiple times throughout my life where I've worked really hard to lose weight and I've really generally had good success, or I've had success losing the weight, but I never really found out how to eat at the weight I had gotten to or the proper way to eat. I just, I would get down to my goal and then I would kind of slowly slip back to my old ways and I would just gradually get heavier and heavier, which led to me getting up to 520 pounds in 2020. So, I got to a point the end of 2020 where I knew I had to do something. And so I was thinking about what I could do to really, make a go at it. I've done lots of different things to lose weight and, trying to take different aspects of all those things and, kind of learn from what, what mistakes I had made in the past. So I started this with a few different goals in mind. First off, I needed to keep myself accountable. Uh, there's many times I've started diets that I've only done, I've thought about doing the diet, or I said, okay, in the morning, that tomorrow's the day. I get up all morning, I'm going to do it. And then on the way to work, I stop and get fast food or I eat something without thinking about it. And then I'm like, oh, I screwed it up, or even if I was thinking about it and just didn't do it. So um, I always found that if I told somebody that it would be more, it would hold me more accountable. And so that was part of starting this series. Also, I doing the series so that maybe if, some of the things I'm going through or have gone through are similar to what other people have gone through, maybe it'll help them. The other thing, like I said before, is I lose the weight and I get to my goal and I don't know, I kind of flounder or I go back to my old ways. And so this time it's more about a time commitment and not necessarily a commitment to a certain thing, going into it. I just knew that whatever I did to lose the weight, I probably would do it, and I would hope to do it as well as I'd done in the past. But I needed to stick with it after I lost the weight. So that's why I chose to do this for 3 years. I thought that that would give me enough time to lose the weight I wanted to lose, or even if I did it slowly to get to where I wanted to be. And On the opposite, if I did it fast, then I would still have to figure out how to eat after that, and that's why I committing to this for 3 years, and and then just the biggest thing, just overall well-being, just improving my ability to function, in everyday life. I'm married and have kids, and I could tell that I was holding back my kids from kind of being more active or doing more things. And so I knew that I needed to lose the weight so that I could be a better role model for them. Um, and so, yeah, like I said, today is day 194 of my 3 year commitment. Um, Everything's been going great. Yesterday was weigh in Wednesday. Gained a little bit of weight, but it was not anything that I'm upset about it. Over the past month, I've lost over 10 pounds. And it's, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to continue on with what I'm doing. I actually um, did some shopping today because I feel like I maybe am not eating enough sometimes. Like, I think that maybe I'm going too long throughout the day without eating at work, and then when I get home, I eat a bunch, or my body's just not. Um, it's weird. It really is, like, because for those 3 weeks that I was losing, 3, 4, 5 pounds, I was eating as much as I wanted. I was not, holding myself back at all. And then, kind of with my birthday, I did put on some weight over those couple days. And I just feel like we haven't had like a lot of snacks at home. And I haven't had a lot of food at work to eat. And I was also kind of trying to bring the weight down. So I wasn't too concerned about not having a lot of food at work. So I did go shopping today to get some snacks at work here to have something, so that maybe I don't come home so hungry, um, and to see if it just changes stuff. It, yeah, but I'm not really, real worried about it because overall things have been going the right way, and so it's not going to, um, 1 week with a little bit up isn't going to discourage me that much. Carrie's checking in. She says, "Did you buy any snacks for home?" Um, Maybe. Yeah, I can bring some stuff home. I bought it for work. I just went over how I need more snacks at work, and if I bring them home, then I won't have them at work. But yeah, so I don't know if I asked for non-scale victories, but if anybody has them, that'd be great. I mentioned that I went shopping. I actually, when I was at the checkout line, I figured I'd take a picture of what I bought for at the office. I can kind of just go over that real quick. Apparently, I bought it for the office and at home. Uh, and one of the things I was kind of disappointed was they didn't have any mandarin oranges or any of the cutie oranges or whatever they're called. I don't know if they're getting out of season, but it was I didn't see any sitting around like they had them before. But here is what I bought today. This was just while I was in the checkout line. I just took a photo of it. There's no real meals here. This is mostly just kind of snacks I eat. So the shredded wheat. Um, I already had soy milk and raisins here, and so that was why I bought the shredded wheat, and that's actually what I ended up eating for lunch was just a bowl of cereal with raisins. I bought Ezekiel bread. I actually bought 2 loaves because I bought one for at home. We had run out at home, and then I didn't like set. I just thought about it. So the cans that are there, there's a bunch of cans of just regular corn, kerneled corn with no added salt, and 3 cans of pineapples. Because sometimes I like to have just pineapple chunks as a snack. I bought 2 boxes of Lara bars. I'll probably take one of those home, and then leave the other one here to have Lara bars as a snack if I want a snack. And they ended up having, it was really weird. They have they're remodeling this Hy-Vee, and they have a wall that they have a bunch of different nuts and walnuts and chocolate covered nuts and all these things that are like in a cereal dispenser or a nut dispenser thing that you pull the lever down and you can put into a bag. And they have a bunch of the nuts and dried fruits already kind of packaged in plastic containers. And I was looking for one of those to put it in, and they didn't have it. What they ended up having is just like a box of Ziploc sandwich bags, or maybe a little bit bigger than that, just sitting there. That you filled that up with I just filled that up with the nuts, and they had bulk bins is what they're called. Um, they So I just used a Ziploc bag, and then it printed the sticker, and I stuck it to the Ziploc bag. I was half tempted, if we didn't have to wear masks in the grocery store, I probably would have been eating the cashews while I was walking around, if that, but with the mask on, I didn't really do that. But yeah, that was just what I grabbed for snacks. for the day. Throughout the day, I'll eat maybe a can of corn every now and then, or uh, a can of pineapple. I don't know. I don't usually eat a whole can of pineapple. Uh, that's usually like a 2 day snack, or I eat half or 2/3, and then the next day I'll eat a third of it. Um, but I just thought that would be nice to share if anybody was interested to see kind of what I buy or what I would buy for snacks at the store. Um, the Ezekiel bread, it's low sodium Ezekiel bread. I think I bought cherry pie and apple pie Lara bars. So, um, but yeah, that was the wrong button. This one here. Um, but yeah, it was nice to go to the grocery store again. It feels like it's been a while since I went shopping for stuff for me at work. I don't know why it feels that way, but it just feels like I have not had a lot of stuff to eat during the day at work, at least for the last week or so. So, like I said, it was nice to go shopping. It's I've talked about the grocery store near my house, or where I went shopping with my kids, that there's the candy shop inside of it, that they essentially took 2 aisles and gutted them and made this big candy store down the middle, that like 2/3 of the aisle is candy, and then the last third is like greeting cards or birthday cards. And they're remodeling this Hy-Vee, um, eh, the one near where I work. They're remodeling the grocery store, and I um, was in there today, and I was, they kind of remodeled one side that had all the produce and everything, and the other side is what they're working on, and they have like the identical same candy shop thing that they're putting in at this Hy-Vee, or the grocery store that's near me, and it's just crazy how much space that they're giving to candy in the store, uh, and how much of a seller it must be for people like buying, impulse, or buying, when they're in the store. Be interesting to see how much that increases their candy sales by having like a candy specialty section. They also have more variety of candy too, because they have this whole area. So it's just crazy. Uh Walking through the store, I really felt um like, I don't know, it was weird. Like I was confident walking through the store, because like I knew what I wanted. I wasn't worried that anything in the store was going to be tempting, or that I don't really have uh, any desires or cravings to eat anything that is not kind of on our diet. In fact, I gave Carrie a hard time, because because on our diet's kind of a vague term. Like, because there's people that eat the way we eat, that they wouldn't eat Ezekiel bread, but that's a big part of what helps me with this diet, or one of the things I'll go to if I'm feeling hungry. Um, and so, uh, what was I going with? The Yeah, so I didn't really feel tempted to do anything, and our diet. Let's get to talk about the dinner last night. It was really good. Carrie had made a new recipe last night. It was there was noodles and carrots and red beans and all kinds of stuff in it. And I was giving her a hard time because she was worried about the coconut milk that she was putting in it, because that there's different types of coconut milk. There's low fat coconut milk, I guess, and it has, because coconut milk has saturated fat in it, which is something that we try to avoid. Um, but that meal last night is definitely something that I would add to, the meals that we eat. It was, she had a little bit of an issue with the way she cooked it. She, I think, there was directions to cook it one of two ways with the noodles, and the way she cooked it with the Carrie cooked it with the noodles. I don't think she'll do it that way. She'll do it the other way next time. But overall, it was nice to have new flavors. It was really um, a good tasting dish, and I took a picture of it. I should have uploaded it onto the thing here so that I could share. I'll try to start doing that more. Um, but I don't know what it was called. Maybe she'll share it in the Discord because, like I said, it was really good. Um, and it had different flavors than some of the food that we had been eating have had. Um, let's see. I had, for my non-scale victory, I hadn't shared that here. I have a friend of mine that has some cars, or he works on cars. Here, real quick. So Carrie says, so filling. Yeah, you were supposed to cook the noodles in with everything else. It would probably have worked better to cook the noodles and add toward the end. Okay. Um, yeah, so it was just with the timing of cooking the noodles. Uh, the non-scale victory. So I have a buddy that has a couple like sports cars, or he has smaller cars that he has one that he races that he was working on yesterday, and I went over to kind of help him work on that a little bit, which I suppose that in of itself was a little bit of a non-scale victory because it was something that uh, I helped him with a few years ago, a lot more than I have the last couple years. I've been busy with family and kids, so I have that going on. But also the fact that I was 500 pounds, it made it difficult for me to be really of great assistance in the small space that he had to work on the car, and 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 I don't know a lot about some of that stuff too, some of the stuff he was doing as well. So, but he was working on the car yesterday, just changing some of the fluids, and so I went over to help him with that. And he has like a two-door Camaro. It's a smaller, or it's a sports car. Um, it's not a small sports car. I suppose it's a large sports car, but I really don't ever get in the car, and I haven't even tried for years. Uh, and while I was helping him yesterday, I ended up getting in the driver's seat and having to kind of do some things while we were bleeding the brakes and changing the fluids. Uh, and I fit in the car, which was really nice, like with the door closed. Uh, and it was just, yeah, like I said, it was nice to fit in it and to not be super scrunched. I'm sure that it wouldn't be, I wasn't driving it or wasn't riding in it, but yeah, it was, and I didn't try to put the seatbelt on either. I didn't see if that fit. That would be interesting, I guess, to see as well, if that even fits. But I did fit in the seat with the door closed. So that was kind of a non-scale victory for me, because there's been multiple times where I've been in a scenario uh, that I've had to get in other people's cars, and it's not getting into like a regular car or a sedan. I've had a couple times where I felt pretty embarrassed about how big I was, like trying to get into a Ford Focus, or that type of car, um, and not being able to buckle the seatbelt or to sit in it properly. and to just be uncomfortable in general while riding in the car with somebody, that's not any fun. And so it's nice to have a car like a Camaro, where it's a real small car, or real, it's not small, but it's a low to the ground kind of uh, smaller car that, like I said, I would not have gotten into 6 months ago very well at all. And I still didn't get, I still had to work a little bit to get into it. It wasn't like it was um, roomy, but yeah, that was a nice non-scale victory for me yesterday. Uh, we got, so today's Thursday, and I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're doing for dinner tonight, but maybe Carrie will pop that up if we're having a new meal or not. She probably ate the rest of that meal that we had from yesterday for lunch today. But I really don't have a whole lot more to go over today. Uh, the shopping was good. I felt, like I said, I felt confident. I felt like I knew exactly in the store where the items I wanted were at and where they were going to be. And just overall, it's nice to not have as much labored breathing and just doing everyday tasks and things like that. I think that helps to improve my confidence. I notice that I stand a little differently than I used to. It's weird, but or I'm not looking at the ground as much, maybe. But I am. We're having miso and ramen. There we go. That's the old standby, Carrie says. Yeah, that sounds like a good dinner. But yeah, so it was a good day since yesterday. I'm gonna try to eat a little bit more throughout the day this week. See if it changes how things go overall, and just just see how it goes. Because I'm I really, for those 3 weeks that I lost all that weight, I really felt like I was eating more than I ate in the last week and a half, and I was having a lot better success. So we'll see how that does. Maybe it won't make a difference, but I'm gonna try to have a little bit more during the day here. And tomorrow, it's Friday, getting ready for the weekend. I know that I'm sure we'll have a busy weekend like we always do, but it's nice to not have the concessions this weekend. I don't think my son has something planned Saturday morning, but I don't think we have anything. So that'll be nice. Maybe I'll go to the farmer's market again and go shopping. Leave Carrie home with the kids. I bet that happens. All right. Anyways, I will. I guess the things, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the page, hit the bell icon, turn on notifications so you get notified when I go live, which is generally at 4 p.m. Central. I have an Instagram account. It is at Fosting. That is FAHSTING. And the Discord link is down below. We'd love to have you join the Discord. You can get on there, introduce yourself, kind of share your story, what your goals are, what you're trying to do. If you have any, if you're having any struggles, maybe there's something that we can help you with, or somebody else in the group might have the same issues, So that link is down in the description. It'll be active for the next week. And then Carrie says she'll be joining me at the farmer's market. Yeah, we'll see. Somebody's got to watch the monsters. So, anyways, I am going to go for today, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. All right. Have a great evening.